Hello and welcome to another episode of the Farr Show, where I am Damian Farr, and tonight we're talking about Birds of Prey, and we're ranking all the DC Extended Universe movies, where this was definitely a harder list to do, but not at all at the same time. It's really weird, because when I sat down and started writing them down, I knew right away which ones were going where as I started doing it, but at the same time, I was kind of iffy when I was thinking about it, so some of these may change in the future. I'm just going to be honest with you there. No list is ever complete is how I feel it. So this may change, just like how my films of the year change based on seeing movies later on from that year. Because, for example, I'm about to go see 1917, finally, but it can't be considered a best film of this year in technical terms because it came out last year. So, let's start off here. We're going to rank them all, and once we get to Birds of Prey, I'll talk a little more in depth about Birds of Prey itself. So, let's start off with Suicide Squad from 2016. I gave this one an FA. I know what you're thinking. Damien, you're just hating on Suicide Squad because everybody else is. I love the cast. The comedy is pretty good. I just can't stand the Joker. Jared Leto. No. No. I don't like all the tattoos, to be honest. The one that's like... the laugh one on his hand was weird. Don't get me wrong. I think it's cool that they gave him tattoos to an extent, but they gave him too many tattoos. Because why does he need damaged on his forehead? So, personally, I think Suicide Squad, good concept. The Joker wasn't great, but according to David Ayer, the director and writer, there was a lot more that DC didn't let him do, which I would like to see that version, to be honest. I want to see his cut that would have been unchanged type of a thing. So, maybe one day we'll get it on a Blu-ray because DC is wanting more money, or Warner Brothers in this case wants more money. So, I don't know. Just personal preference. Then we're going to Justice League, which this one could have been worse, to be honest. I actually really enjoyed this movie to an extent. I was almost tempted to give it an FAR, but I gave it an FA because it could have been worse. The reshoots were definitely noticeable. You could definitely tell what was Zack Snyder and what was Joss Whedon, excuse me. You could definitely tell which one was which directing. Like, the reshoots were painfully obvious, but at the same time, I liked it for the most part. It could have been a lot worse. So, being honest, DC movies, they're good. There's not really anything really bad. Suicide Squad could be better, but that's not important. Then, we're getting to Birds of Prey, which I know what you're thinking. Damien, you're putting that really low. Well, once again, I didn't like Suicide Squad that much because the Joker and the Harley Quinn stuff weren't that great. But Margot Robbie was a standout of Suicide Squad. So the fact that they gave her pretty much her own movie, where they have some supporting characters that weren't great, other than Ewan McGregor as Black Mask was great, but this is a problem that's going to be happening throughout the DC movies. They keep killing their villains. Stop killing your villains. Do the old Batman thing. Put him in jail or something. This is stupid. They killed him. He could have been a great villain for the future. Why did you kill him? That's stupid. So, Margot Robbie is great as Harley Quinn once again, and the plot structure is similar to Deadpool in a way that it's cool, but at the same time, it's like, you're just taking Deadpool. You're pretty much just making Deadpool narration and everything and plot structure, so that kind of annoyed me after thinking about it. But I like the plot structure at the same time, so it's kind of like a hit or a miss in this situation. If I go see this movie again, I assume I'll either really like the plot structuring or really dislike it. The pacing, though, is terrible as well. So this movie is good, but it could have been better. Then we're going to Aquaman. I know what you're thinking. Damien, you got this one really low. Well, personally, there's certain things that I like in movies and certain things I don't like in movies. This one, the story is terrible. It was pretty much an origin story, in a way. Oh, here's his origins, how he became Aquaman and all that. It's like, I don't need this. I really don't need this. Why did you give me this? So, they gave it to me. But Jason Momoa makes Aquaman cool is the major point I want to take away from this. He makes Aquaman awesome. And I like it. Aquaman is good. Aquaman is cool in this one. So, Aquaman is cool, and can't say much really other than I like Aquaman in this one. This is where we start getting to FARs. Where Man of Steel, this one was a great story, bad ending is how I see it. The story was great up until right at the end where, once again, DC killing their villains. They killed Zod. I get it. They couldn't leave Zod alive. This is one of the few situations where I say you definitely had to kill Zod. But why did Superman kill Zod? Like, Superman shouldn't have had to kill Zod. He's this protector of innocence. The only time he kills is Doomsday. I get it. They fought and destroyed a whole city, but still, he shouldn't have killed Zod. That was weird. Michael Shannon was great as Zod as well, so you killed him, and now you can't use him in the future. I get it. He needed to kill Zod, but it's still like, it wasn't Doomsday, so Doomsday is the only time I feel you have to kill some character. That's the only time. Only time. But, still, good movie overall. I wish it could have been better if the ending didn't have him destroy all of Metropolis. And how did they rebuild all of Metropolis by the time Batman v Superman came around? That was like 3 years later, right? So, dang. So going into it, Batman v Superman, FAR. I like this one a little better. There is a lot of story going on. I like story, don't get me wrong. But you're cramming like 2 or 3 movies into one movie worth of story. And it shows. They could have cut out like the Lois Lane subplot about her looking at the bullet and everything. They could have cut out a lot. I think Doomsday should have definitely stayed in, but I think they should have redid Doomsday to where instead he was actually Doomsday, like he came from another world or something. Like he fell out of space and then Lex Luthor somehow controls him. I don't know how he would, but I would have liked that. They could have cut it down once again. But they reference the bad ending of Man of Steel and make it better, I would say, in this situation. So, it's Ben Affleck running to find what people that are dying, pretty much. In that really cool Jeep Renegade. I don't like Jeeps, but that was a cool looking Jeep. And then Ben Affleck as Batman was a great choice. That's all I gotta say. Robert Pattinson will probably be great. I'm curious to see how they kind of link all these movies together now that they're doing recasting, because let's be honest, the DCEU, well, it's good. They haven't been doing anywhere near as well as Marvel, so they're recasting, which that's fine. You can recast, but at the same time, Ben Affleck was probably my favorite Batman. He just had the hulkingness. Not like the Hulk. He was just a big boy. That's really all there's to say. So, Batman v Superman, FAR. And then we're getting to the top 2, which is Shazam. This one, I didn't think I'd like. But after seeing it, wow, this movie was great. I'm really excited for Black Adam. With The Rock being Black Adam. That's like a win-win. It's kind of where I'm wearing the Under Armour hoodie, because The Rock represents Under Armour at this point. So, The Rock as Black Adam is going to be sweet. Zachary Levi does great in this role. I'm so happy they got rid of him in Thor Ragnarok, though I feel he would have been great for Thor Ragnarok as well. But in Shazam, he's perfect. He plays the role of the kid who just got superpowers so well. I didn't think I'd ever say that about an adult playing a kid, but he played a kid really well. Pretty much just think Tom Hanks big, just, you know, with superpowers. I thought that was cool. I love it. I could say it may be better than the one that I'm putting number 1, but only time will tell. And then Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is an FARR. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. At this point, I don't know who else played Wonder Woman, but I don't care. They're not Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. And then Chris Pine was great as well. That's why I'm really happy they're bringing him back for the sequel. How they're bringing him back for the sequel, I have no idea. But I'll find out when that movie does come out. Then, finally, the last thing is great action in this one. I love the action. So, overall, I think all these movies are pretty good to an extent. Suicide Squad and Justice League are the least great, to be honest. But they're still good. I would still give them a watch, to be honest. I don't know if I'd watch them multiple times, but I'd still give them a watch. So, really, what do you think of the DC Extended Universe? Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon, and have a far off night.